So I'm making a video on how to install Spectre Windows onto a PC because some people ask, since it doesn't look like a typical Windows install. So you have to get the Spectre OS, which is actually what's the word for it, inside a WEP64 file, and then use a WinZip program or whatever, WinRAR, whatever, and take out the ISO file from that file. And then what you do is you get Rufus, and you can download the portable version of Rufus, so that means you don't have to install, you just run it straight. And then you select the ISO, and then you put in a USB drive, which should be about 8 gigs in size nowadays. You stick in the USB drive, select that ISO, install it onto the USB drive, and then let me just hold my phone nicely, plug USB drive in. Now depending on what BIOS version you're using, also manufacturer, you can either press F8 to go into the BIOS, or in some BIOS versions, as you can see it's powering up, you can choose the option. Let's see, this one says choose to boot devices, was actually F9, but since I already entered the BIOS, it doesn't matter. I'll just go to save and exit, and I will choose partition 2 of the for my one, because it's a Ventroy. Partition 2, if you use Rufus, it'll be automatic, so it doesn't matter. And then you just use Windows, and so we'll just, okay, so theoretically you use Rufus, so go into this. You just wait for a while for the spinning circle, or snake chasing its tail. Wait for a while, wait for a while, wait for a while, wait for a while. Okay. So this is Spectre. Now is in a Windows PE mode, which means that you can. It's not yet in the install part yet, but no, sorry, wrong one. So now you can use some of the apps here, as you can see. I got even partitioning apps. So I just will quickly check the partition of the drive, and it has 1, 2, 3, 4 partitions in it, and there's a GPT. So sometimes Windows 11 does not like GPT drives, GPT partitions on a small drive like this. This is like 120 gigs, so it will just say I can't install Windows on this drive. So for this case, I will have to wipe this drive, delete all partitions. Okay, apply. Yes. Okay. So now I'm gonna have to convert it to an MBA, like so. Then apply up there, and then proceed. Okay. Just in case this thing is actually fucked up, I will rebuild the MBA as a precaution. Okay. So theoretically, if all goes well, Windows will now see this drive without any problems and install into it. Now I got to set up a new version, but I'll use the new version. I'll click next. I click next, and I say I agree to delete everything. Click next. You can't rebuild anyway. It's impossible. Now it asks which version you want. So compact is like bare bones, absolutely bare bones. Compact, and Defender is with the Windows Antivirus Defender. Super Light is a little bit more comprehensive. It is still quite bare bones, but it will have a little bit more of the other stuff like a Windows Store and all that stuff. And I mean, you can see all this here. So anyway, I will go for compact, and I'll go next, and I'll say accept. And we're 4 minutes into this. So this is an SSE. We'll see how long this will take, and I might time skip, I might not. So normally your Windows OS is installed into disk 0, but depending on if it's like on an SSD, SSD on a SATA, depends on which SATA port is in. This is SATA port 1, so that's why it's disk 0. But if it's in SATA port 2, it might be disk 1. really depends. That's why I would recommend that when you do this Windows reinstall or install for the first time, you should remove all the other drives which you don't want being affected, and disconnect them. Also with NVMEs, take out all the NVMEs which you don't want Windows to mess with, and just only install the NVMe or SATA drive which you want to install in. And we click next. And by the way, in case you're wondering, you still can access all this stuff here while this is going on, because this runs on top of the install. In case you're wondering what this is an Explorer, which lets me look through all the files which is on this platform, the setup. And this is of course the install thing, and this is the shutdown or restart. So yeah, Spectre is pretty quite useful. More than 10%. So I'm going to pause it and let it thing. So we're at 76 right now, so you can focus. 77. It's been 4 minutes, so it's not that long. Should be done in another 3 minutes, 2 minutes to 3 minutes. It's not a long install like the old Windows, it's like 7 and 98. There we go. Okay, now it's going to restart. Oop. Gonna enjoy some fan ASMR. So I can get a focus there. Here we go. As you can see on my thing, it says F9 for boot devices. So it really depends. Some are F10, some F9, some are F11. Usually they're not F8 because they're supposed to be for the lower, like Windows 7 and I think maybe 10. F8 is go into safe mode. Who knows? They might also have F8 for that. Seen it happen on older motherboards, and then it's installing. Got a frog in my throat. We're gonna just wait for this to install. Well, time skip it. Whichever one first. Or not. Jesus, I need a drink. Camera can't focus that close. I think I switch it to this. Oh, it doesn't help. There we go. The white text really fucks with it. I'm gonna pause it, let it thing. Oh, we can't pause it. See, it's that fast. On an SSD, not on a hard drive. So that's the last restart, and then you'll go to the focus, motherfucker. Jesus, oh Louises. This brightness is that really messing with it. Focus. Focus. There we go. Yeah, I found a good focus point. White flash. Everyone's going blind. This is the basic Windows thing. One thing you should keep note is make sure that you're not connected to the internet, because if you're connected to the internet you can't do this. But I heard on the newer versions of Windows 11 they might not let you be able to do this anymore. They will probably require you to have a Microsoft account. But for the current versions, without your internet connected, you can just create a local account on the PC itself. Okay, give me a focal point somewhere else. There we go. I'm going to be honest with you. The screen looks a bit gray, but in real life it's actually darker. So far we added that 4 minutes, which I stopped the video and then continued on for the 5 minutes. It's about 15 minutes to install Windows altogether from start to finish, not counting installing the OS onto the USB. Not OS, sorry, the ISO. You install the OS onto the SSD or the hard drive. You install the ISO installer into the USB. Yeah, we're still waiting for the sucker to do its thing. But once we are done, I think it should take about a few more seconds, 30 seconds? I don't know. Really depends on your processor, which this is a i7 7th gen, and your RAM, and we're here. Boop. Windows is, oh no, Windows, sorry. Spectre is going to do its splash screen, because, you know, they need to remind you who gave you this wonderful stuff. And then he's done. We'll see if we can get a good focal point. Oh, target, nope, nope, nope. So, I really can't get a good focal point, guys. I'm sorry. But it's just restart your Windows over here. Just see if I can focus my hand. Yeah, anyway, it's restarting by itself. I'm sorry, it's out of focus, man. Yeah, it's better. I know the camera app on this phone needs to be a little bit more optimized. There we go. Alright, so yeah. So, just to see, this is bare bones as hell. There is no fire antivirus, like I said. With that antivirus and the search, no antivirus option appears. You can click security, right, but there's no antivirus. This is extremely bare bones. And then you should install your drivers and stuff. There are some additional softwares over here for you to mess with. Let's see if I can get a focus on it. But you don't, oops, I'm focusing it back there. Yeah. But you don't really need to. You really can't. There you go. You don't really need these softwares. CPU Zeocast is quite useful. And check everything's detected. It's not too bright. There we go. Motherboard, memory, speed, graphics, blah blah blah. So that is a Spectre installed. The rest is up to you. Will be to run the Windows update, and download the drivers. And in this case, actually you don't need this installed anymore. So I'll put this out. I have my custom, well not custom, but my favorite driver installer. You can use whatever driver installer you want, instead of downloading drivers individually. I'll just show you this one quickly. Get some focus. So I use a Snappy driver installer. Just run that sucker. This is what it looks like. It will ask to access for the internet, but like I said, I didn't plug in the internet. And then I just select all. So it will have all the hardware. Sorry, you didn't see it. You can't see it. Okay, it has all the hardware which has updated drivers marked. You know, and then I just select all, and I can click install, like so. and now it's busy installing it. Well, that's for this junk here. So that's not important. Oops. There we go. This is the Windows, Windows, sorry, Intel drivers. In case you're wondering what's that drum roll, someone's practicing line dances. Practicing the line drum dances. I don't know if they're actually dancing out there or not in this fucking heat. This is on the motherboard drivers. This is the sound. Nope, this is the LAN drivers. And this is the SATA driver, I'm not mistaken. Yeah, this is a part of the SATA drivers. These are the chipset drivers. For the, you can see PCIe. Oh, memory controller is here too. Another PCIe controller. LPC, I don't know what that is, but I think it's probably one of the input controllers too. And the sucker's almost done. Additional data will pop up in the white window. But yeah, so basically once that's all done, you should restart the computer, then you should do the Windows update, plug in the internet, do the Windows update, and that's it.